Hello and welcome to the Providence College Podcast. I'm your host, Liz Kay, and I'm joined by producer Chris Judge of the class of 2005. Here at the Providence College Podcast, we bring you interesting stories from the Fryer family. This week, we're focusing on PC's School of Continuing Education, which provides an affordable, flexible way for adults to earn and complete undergraduate degrees. We're speaking with Carmen Aguilar, the new Dean of the School of Continuing Ed, as well as Madeleine Metzler, Associate Dean, and Ann Nagle, Assistant Dean. Dean Aguilar, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Providence College.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Now, you joined SCE in July. Can you tell us about your first priorities when you arrived?
Well, my first priority was to get here and get to learn more about the culture, the vibrant environment. And unfortunately, through the COVID situation, I haven't been able to feel, the real PC life. But I have been able to meet a lot of people. So to get to meet the key players, to get to meet the students, the faculty or alumni. So that was my priority number one, to meet our different stakeholders and to learn more about what we're doing and what our opportunities are.
And so in your time, after you've done this research, what's your vision for the School of Continuing Ed? How do you see it growing and changing?
And the good thing is that we have a lot of new leadership in the institution. Our president is new, our provost is new, I'm new in the institution. So this is a great time for the School of Continuing Education to think about different ways and new ways to do things. And some of the things that we currently exploring with the team and with many stakeholders internally and externally is professional development. Especially focusing on our alumni, bringing them another option to reconnect with us. Also professional development for different professionals in general, in the community. We also looking to revamp some of our current offerings and look for new offerings and opportunities in terms of certificate programs or new degree or graduate options as well. And we exploring digital badges and micro-credential as a potential option, continue with our online learning and obviously with face-to-face, and some other delivery options like 7 weeks courses or intense and fast-track options, or during the day as well. So we're looking for making it more flexible with the same quality or better, and allow the working adults to have more opportunities to join us. That's the main goal.
But that's so interesting because so going beyond just completing a degree, but letting people kind of develop additional skills to help them move farther. It sounds like you're saying.
Yeah, professional development and personal development as well are part of the options that we are exploring. We are in very interesting times with all the current situation, but even before and obviously after, we all wanted to be better professionals. We all wanted to learn new skills. Sometimes we actually need to learn new skills. What time is this that we need to learn even more skills than before, and we are, we are one of those areas in the Providence College institution that we are going to be able to offer more options for those who wanted to reskill or retool in different ways. So the professional development really is an area that we are focusing and want to bring up starting in the spring of 2021.
And you mentioned even more flexibility, or trying to provide even more flexibility for your students. And it's funny, we often talk about Providence College being the day school and the continuing education being the other piece of that. So the flip side being the night school. But if you're going to start providing SCE classes and courses during the day, I don't know what's going to happen to those labels.
Well, working adults actually are, working people that have families and they have different responsibilities and not necessarily work from 8 to 5. They work in different shifts at different times, and with the current times, people are even having different schedules. So I guess we're gonna respond to the need and to the current situation that is happening, and we are exploring how to allow and bring accessibility and access to those who work during the day or during the night as well, and be able to come to us. So opening more opportunities and more flexibilities with the schedule, but also with the topics and with the format. So the flexibility goes along not just in terms of delivering online or face-to-face or in campus, but also about the scheduling and the fast track or no. Some people wanted to move faster and get it done in less time. And some other people are taking their time and they want to do the 15 or 14 weeks courses. And so we're trying to get to meet those needs as well and respond to the trending needs of the working adults, balancing all the different challenges that they're going through at this time.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background and the experiences that kind of shaped these insights into what SCE could be and where it could go next?
Well, I'm a Mexican by origin. I was born there a few years ago, not many, it's only few. And I started working. I'm a computer engineer by training and educated, master's degree in information management system. I am a graduate of a private university, the largest private university in Mexico, Monterrey Tech. I'm very proud of that. And I started working with them in higher education at the business school. And then I moved to Keenan Flagler Business School in Chapel Hill. I spent 7 years there as a director for innovation and learning, working with global MBAs and faculty in the business school, doing instructional design and technology, instructional technology and partnerships. And then I moved to Massachusetts. I live in Fall River, and I was working for Bristol Community College for 14 years. I used to be the Dean for Workforce and Community Education, doing a lot of business development and partnerships and continuing education with the college. And I'm very lucky today to be 2 months and a half in this job as a Dean of the Continuing Education School at Providence College. So I have a very strong interest in developing also the customized training and the partnership with business. And my way to do this basically is going to be about listening and connecting with the community, with the general community, with the organizations and with business. Reconnecting the college with our community and our neighbor is one of my biggest goals that I have. And do a listening tour that I'm in the middle of it, internal and external listening tour where I could have the opportunity to meet great people that I'm looking forward to meet in the Rhode Island area, and listening what their needs are and be able to shape the future of the continuing education based on those needs and those inputs.
You really have such a varied background in working with people, globally and very locally at Bristol to try to help people shape the skills that the businesses there need. How would you describe your leadership style? How would you approach that?
I'm a very entrepreneurial person. I like to take risk. I like to try new things. I'm a project driven. I like new things and new opportunities. I get very excited when new things can happen. And but I do also very collaborative. I like to work with others. Also, I'm an engineer. I'm a very planner and numbers driven. I don't make decisions based on just feelings, but I do believe the feelings are important. But I am a very team-oriented person, and I try to work and grow together with my team and with others around, all the different connections and constitutions that could be working around the goals. So I'm definitely I'm not following the rules because the rules exist. I follow the rules because they make sense. So the rules that make sense, we follow them. But I like to challenge myself and I like to challenge others. But I'm a very sensitive to different personalities and diverse backgrounds and understand very easily the different challenges that every one of us can have as a members of our team. And very pro accepting different diverse ways to do things. So I'm very inclusive, that's me.
I'm curious what you're hearing as you embark on your listening tour. It sounds like you're not done for sure, but what are the sorts of things people are telling you about SCE and where they think it could go?
Well, one of the things that it has been, very good as a new member is to hear how much people love PC in general. And the experience of the students and the alumni had, how good of experience they have been having with us, especially with the School of Continuing Education. They love us. So we're doing something great, definitely. They love PC, the general alumni from the PC focus groups. They all have a great affinity and engagement. So the alumni office is obviously doing a fantastic job. All the students that I encounter that are currently probably now in their houses or their dorms, but I have seen and talked with them around, is that they just love the experience. So it's so much love for the institution that it really is very, very vigorous and energizing for me. So that's a great thing that I've been listening. But I'm also been listening more flexibility, better options, better connections, opportunities to belong and to be part of it. Right now we are a little isolated and we're not as in contact as we used to be. How can we create new ways to reconnect, to, strain the communication and the belonging feelings about be part of PC as an organization. I'm also listening, hearing about the great faculty that we have, the leadership commitment, the students and the alumni see, the business in general, for a few of them that I've been talking with, they just very eager to hear how we are going to come out with what in the School of Continuing Education to work with them. We haven't worked with them as much, and they just like, oh, that would be great. How can we do it? Very receptive, very welcoming. And all the stakeholders internally that I have met with, they also have very high expectations, but they're very welcoming. And just in general, I have to say, it's really feeling like a family that I just joined with high expectations, but also very warm.
I feel like I hear that a lot about Providence College, the family atmosphere, both as a student and as an employee. And now we turn to Madeleine Metzler. Madeleine, thank you for joining us. Well, we're recording this conversation in late September, a month into the fall semester or so. Could you describe how, everyone has been so impacted by the global COVID pandemic? How has that affected teaching and learning at SCE?
Well, the landscape of our courses certainly looks very different than it did 7 months ago. So in mid-spring, we switched over to remote, and so all of our classes finished out in remote. SCE is responsible for the undergraduate offerings during the summer. And so we also had to quickly pivot and change all of our summer offerings, those which had been on campus, to online. So faculty retooled their courses. We offered some new topics. We changed schedules so that as many people as possible could take advantage of the opportunity of the virtual and online courses in the summer. And we worked with the larger COVID task force and the whole college all throughout the late spring and summer to think about, to re-envision what taking classes at PC would look like in the fall. And in SCE, we kind of have an advantage in that we've been offering online courses for many, many years. So we have instructors who are used to online courses, and our students are used to taking online courses. So we've been able to take those experiences and help us develop our course schedules and our offerings to offer a wide range of formats. As Dean Aguilar has said, we're looking for more flexibility. People's lives have changed significantly. And so the more we can offer a wide range of types of courses and formats of courses, the better we can serve our students' needs. So in the past, we might think about sort of two primary types of courses. You either took a course on campus or you took a course online. Well, now you can take a class that's meeting on campus, but you can remain at home and you can join it virtually. Instructors can have live classes remotely and can do hybrid courses that are sometimes on campus, sometimes off. So the range and the diversity of offerings has expanded considerably.
That's so interesting. And have some of those adaptations continued through the fall semester then? So were you able to offer different or new classes or new formats for classes that have always been on the schedule?
Absolutely. We're offering some new topics and new courses, but certainly courses in new formats. And we also are offering a small group of courses that aren't starting till next week. So the semester is already underway, but we're starting a range of courses because we knew our students, some just weren't ready to start classes in late August, early September. Their children hadn't gone back to school yet. Their jobs might still be in flux. And so we've been trying to explore new ways that we can meet the students' needs.
So classes that start the first full week of October, have you ever done that before?
Right.
Yeah.
So they'll still run for 10 weeks. It'll still be a regular 3-credit course, but you can do it a little bit shorter time frame. So it just allows you to compress things and manage your life hopefully a little bit better.
I definitely can imagine that with all of the juggling everyone's doing, that managing life is harder in this pandemic than it even was before. I'm curious about some of the considerations you had to make for the student population. I don't know if you could give us a ballpark of kind of the demographics, but obviously you have adult learners, and so many more of them probably fall into that category of people who have susceptible or have other comorbidities for COVID, which would be a limitation for them in terms of being in person.
That's correct. Our student population is very wide-ranging. We like to say that our students range from 18 years old to 80 years old, and that's quite literally the case. And so we're dealing with people in a very wide range of circumstances. Some are parents that have small children at home that can't be in daycare, or their children are homeschooling. Their schools are remote, so they're managing their children at home. They've switched to working at home. They may have changed jobs or changed circumstances. And so we needed to consider all of these things, schedule, health and safety, offerings. And so we also serve undergraduate students. We have undergraduate students taking our classes. So we had to think about the on-campus population and how they would fit into our courses. And so again, it goes to offering a wide range of courses with a wide range of formats so that students can opt into those classes that best suit their needs. And also to provide as many access points to courses. So if there's a course that I'm required to take and it's offered on campus, but I don't feel comfortable coming to campus because of my health situation, I can join that class virtually and still get the full experience and still be able to make good progress towards my degree program, but able to do it in a way that fits my needs and my circumstances.
And in terms of some of those 10-week courses that are starting next week, what are those new courses or different courses, or are they brand new courses that have been established for this period?
They are courses that we typically offer, but we thought that they would also, we tried to find a range of courses that would meet a wide range of students' needs. So we're offering some business courses, some humanities, poli-sci, theology. The poli-sci course we're offering is American Constitutional Law, which could not be more timely than it is now. We're offering a course in Religions of the World, which allows people, since we can't travel and we can't go to different places, we can also explore our world through our coursework. So trying to provide a wide range of topics that would interest students, would also serve their needs of making progress in their degree programs, and would help them connect in the world in these strange times, find new ways to connect with their community, their professional life, and the world.
Thank you. Well, last but not least, let's talk with Ann Nagle, Assistant Dean, about some transfer agreements that are in place and in the works for SCE students.
Sure, thanks, Liz.
So Ann, I know that SCE has has several agreements already with local institutions to help give students an opportunity to continue their education and complete a 4-year degree. Can you tell us about some of the partnerships SCE already has in place?
Sure. So our primary relationships right now with community colleges are with CCRI and Bristol Community College. Both of those schools have partnered with us to offer what we call a GATA program, G-A-T-A, and that actually stands for Guaranteed Admission and Tuition Agreement. So in essence, students from those two schools can apply to us early on in their career toward their associate's degrees, long as they apply before 45 credits have been completed, be conditionally admitted to SCE, and then stay at the community college, receive their associate's degree, then transfer over to us. And if they have graduated with that associate's with a 3.0, a B average or higher, they receive a 33% tuition discount on our tuition. So at SCE's current rate, that comes out to something like $800 a course, a 3-credit course, which is almost what they were paying at the community college they attended. So it's a beautiful transfer pathway. Not only do they apply early, as I mentioned, but they also follow a specific articulation agreement. We have 20 agreements with CCRI, 6 or 7 with Bristol, and we're hoping to add more community colleges to the roster as well. So there are no surprises when they transfer. Every course comes over, they know where it counts, they know what they have left to take. They have been co-advised from the time they applied by their home institution as well as an SCE advisor. And it's a wonderful pathway for students who think that they want to go on for a 4-year after their community college experience at a place like PC, which might not have been attainable if they had thought only about the day school at Providence, may not have been able to be accepted, may not have been able to afford the tuition. So this is a win-win for the community colleges in the area for continuing ed. It's obviously a funnel of new students for us. It's a way for us to work more closely with the 2-year schools. And so far, so good. We're hoping to expand to the Massachusetts community colleges besides Bristol. We are in discussions right now with Mass Bay Community College, and that's looking very promising. And we hope to expand well beyond that small number of schools.
Anne, could you estimate how many students have been able to take advantage of this program, of the GATA agreements so far?
Sure. Yes. So for CCRI, we actually started that program. We signed in late fall 2014, but we actually recruited starting in the spring of 2015. We've had about 5 students graduate from the program. So remember that they have to apply, then stay another year or so to finish their associates, then do their courses with us, then graduate from us. But we have another 12 or 15 that are currently students or about to start with us. So they're somewhere in their program at SCE. We have on top of that probably 30 or so pending applications from people that might be coming. The good thing I should have mentioned about this process is there's no fee to apply to the GATA, and it's not binding in any way. So there's no risk. So we do have some students who've applied who may have made a different decision in the interim. Maybe they're going to one of the state schools for the 4-year degree or to another college, but it's an ongoing pipeline. And we have in the past offered GATA days, which are kind of days on each of the community college campuses to talk with students that are interested in learning more. We're doing those again this fall, but virtually. So the first one is actually coming up next week for Bristol community college students that want to know more about the program. So it's a bit of a long game, but we are always talking about it and promoting it so that there are people applying and then actually coming and then graduating. And at the same time, we're bringing new people in. So we're very excited. Students can still transfer to us from any college, 4-year or 2-year, as a regular transfer, but they don't get the tuition benefit, reduction benefit that comes if they go through the GATA program and set their intention early to come over to us.
And just going back to that question of flexibility, because I feel like you've all touched on it in different ways. There's no limitation on once you set up once you commit to the GATA or you apply, you still have you have plenty of time to complete both your associate's degree, and you're not committed. You don't have to complete your SCE portion of your degree in any time limited factor, right? You don't have to complete it within 2 years or 3.
No, the tuition discount, there is some time limit. The tuition discount is good for up to 5 years once they get to SCE. Now, most students coming to us then have at least 60 credits because they earned their associate's degree. In many cases, they have more. So that's not a difficult ask. They also have to complete at least 12 credits in an academic year. That's only 4 classes minimum over 3 semesters. Most of our students take more than that. So that's a reasonable time frame. And they also have at least a few semesters from the time they graduate the community college to begin with us, and we still honor that commitment. So all of those details are spelled out on our website and in the agreements. But the main goal is to make that pathway as smooth as possible and introduce students to the possibility of a PC education that they may not have considered early on, so that they know that they don't have to look only at the state schools. They can also look at a place like PC through the continuing ed to go on for that 4-year degree, and it's very doable, very achievable.
And there's something about making that commitment and just knowing what the path is going to look like, just having that exercise between the advising at the community college level and then the partner advising at SCE. That's got to be so helpful to be able to have a clear understanding of what your path is and what it's going to take to accomplish that 4-year goal.
Absolutely. Pathways is the name of the word, is the name of the game. Students really want to know what it's going to take, how much will it cost, how much time will it take. So anything we can do to provide that information along the way is very helpful for them.
All right. Well, it's been so lovely talking to you about all the opportunities and innovations coming to the School of Education. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would like to add that, as a daughter of a working family who didn't have the means to send me to college, I was very lucky to come with an institution, private university in my country, that give me the opportunity for a scholarship or pathways like the ones that Anne was describing, with a lot of flexibility to be part of, the school experience. And it was thanks to that, and hopefully probably a little bit of my hard work, that I was able to, have the opportunity to be part of the experience or be part of that particular university. And so I do understand, and we all and the team understand the challenges that every family may have with different things that they need to overcome. And that's why we're here to find different options and to work with them and to show them that Providence College is an option for all of us, and that they just need to contact us, and we'll work with them in all different levels and all different approaches. If we don't have the solution right now, we'll at least promise that we're going to try to work our best and work with them to help them.
Well, thank you all for this lovely conversation. Subscribe to the Providence College Podcast in all the usual places, including Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify. If you like what you hear, please review and share with others. Thanks for listening, and go Friars.